The other is that people say, well, you can't beat the market and investing's too complicated. I mean, investing is intimidating. Investment people are intimidating. I feel 2 inches tall when I talk about investing. It's intimidating. Well, the second one is true. It is intimidating, but it shouldn't be. It's really not that complicated. And when you sit down with someone that actually knows what the flip they're doing, they can help you put the cookies on a shelf where you can reach them. That's called a teacher. And you understand about mutual funds, and you understand about the track record on a mutual fund, and that's how I started investing many years ago. Now, I know there's a lot of people that have opinions about my investment advice, but I do have millions and millions of dollars in mutual funds. I wonder how that got there. It must have been that I understood something about that. That money just didn't appear there. I haven't hit the lottery. I was bankrupt at 28 years old. I'm 57. So what happened during that 30-year period of time? Well, I used the investment principles that I talk about here on the air. I don't tell you to do something and then go do something different. I do what I tell you to do. Oh, and by the way, it worked for me and lots of others. Lots of millionaires calling in on the Millionaire Theme Hour say, Dave, I got out of debt. I loaded up my 401k with the 4 types of mutual funds. I loaded up my Roth IRA with the 4 types of mutual funds. And here I am 20 years later, and I'm a millionaire. Thank you. I get that all the time. So apparently the stuff we're teaching works. And it's not that complicated. And my mutual fund groupings have beat the market. You just pick mutual funds that have outperformed the S&P. It's really not rocket science. Not all of them have outperformed the S&P. A lot of them haven't. Over half haven't. But don't pick one that didn't. You would be better to do that. But I mean, you know, it's like some of you sitting at the racetrack and you're going to bet on horses. I don't bet on horses just because I don't know anything about it, and I don't gamble because I don't like losing money. I work too hard for it. So, but if you're sitting, I went to a dog track one time, or a horse track one time when I was a youngster, and they tell you, you know, this horse has not won a race ever. So bet on that one, stupid. You know, this horse won the last 3 races. Well, I probably might bet on him. You know, that's all you're doing when you're picking a mutual fund. Did it beat the market? If it didn't beat the market, then don't pick that mutual fund. That's not rocket science. That horse hadn't won a race. Don't bet on that horse. Why is this hard? It's not hard. And this idea that you have to do what's called passive investing and surrender and say, oh, well, you really can't beat the S&P. Dave Ramsey doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, I don't know. I mean, I pulled up my stuff the other day and looked at it. Let's see here. I think I got it written down here. Just because I don't have it all memorized. Let's see here. The mutual funds I'm personally invested in, the 4 types I talk about over the last 40 years, have averaged 13.04%. You can't get 12% on your money! I know. I got 13, okay? And the S&P during that time averaged 11.81%, which is real close to 12, stupid people. 30-year, my investments have averaged 11.3. The S&P's averaged 10.89. So I've outperformed the S&P on the 30 and on the 40. Outperformed the S&P on the 20. On the 10-year, outperformed the S&P. Huh. Go figure. So, how did I do that? I picked 4 mutual funds that outperformed the S&P. I pick horses that win the race. I mean, you look down at the track record, and it's got a little chart in there. It's got the S&P 1 line, and if your mutual fund you're looking at's line's not above the S&P line on the chart, you're looking at the wrong one. Pick you another one. Why would you bet on a horse that hadn't won a race? This is really not rocket surgery, people. I mean, think about it. It'll come to you. Wow. So, how do you do this? Well, you sit down with somebody who knows what they're doing, and they teach you about mutual funds, and that's how we came up with the whole SmartVestor Pro idea. We put that in place to help people that don't have a lot of money and don't know anything about it and are intimidated. But then along comes the internet and lies to you, and you can't do that. Oh, really? Okay. Well, maybe you can't, but I can. And I have, and it's resulted in millions and millions and millions of dollars. Lots of millions, by the way. It's worked out good. I'm having a good time, y'all. Life is good. So, if you're ready to do this, and you want to sit down with someone to help look at your financial picture and help you do your investing, you're at baby step 4. You're ready to get started. You want to be a millionaire. You want to live like no one else, so later you can live and give like no one else, so you can retire with dignity and not have to buy that cookbook, 72 Ways to Prepare Alpo, and love it. You know, people that retire wealthy, it wasn't an accident. They didn't get to wealth, they get to retirement and go, how'd that happen? Where'd that come from? They're not surprised. They know exactly where that money came from. It was an intentional act, year after year, month after month, paycheck after paycheck, being deducted into their 401k, into their Roth IRA, into good mutual funds, year after year after year after year after year after year. It's just not sexy. It's not a fish story to tell on the golf course. It's just the tortoise. He just keeps walking. He's ugly. Just keeps walking. He's ugly. And nobody notices him. But that's how you become a millionaire. What all the data points tell us. My net worth is tens of millions of dollars, so I must be doing something right other than just selling books. Yeah, I sold a lot of books, and that's where some of that came from, for sure. But most of it came from investing, you guys, in real estate that I paid cash for and in good mutual funds. See, if you put money in at the bottom of the market when the market was, what, 6,900, 6,400, whatever it was at the bottom after the crash, the big crash of 2008, you remember when the world came to an end? If you put money in there, and what's the Dow today? 24,000. What is 6,000 to 24,000? Is that 4 times? You guys that are quick with your second grade math, is that 4 times? So if you put in $1 million at the bottom, what would you have now? $4 million.